Thanks for tuning into the LA Connect. My name's Gwen. I'm sitting here with Alexis Jade, all the way from Long Beach. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Everything's going great so far. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you're doing makeup.
Okay. Well, I'm a self-taught MUA, and I've been doing makeup for a little over 2 years. I do freelance. I do house calls. I also do events. I was working a beauty bar at one point, so I do dibble and dabble in different areas in the makeup industry.
That's perfect. So you said just 2 years?
Yeah, just 2 years.
No schooling?
No.
Anything like that?
No.
And you're flawless already?
Yeah. I like to think so.
Would you ever consider like working for like a Nordstrom's or like a Macy's beauty bar or anything like that?
I would say no. Generally, you do make more connections and networking opportunities when you just kind of work for yourself. A lot of times working for large corporations, you are kind of controlled on what you can do. You're only allowed to do certain things. They want the looks to be very uniformed, and it just kind of doesn't allow you to branch out and tap into different areas of makeup,
So what would you say would be some of the challenges that are, in the makeup industry now?
I would say me being a makeup artist, that's a woman of color. A lot of times there are prejudgments, people outside of my race will assume that I'm not, adequate at what I do when it comes to their skin tones or understanding what they want. And a lot of times I find myself explaining, I'm very qualified.
Yeah.
I can do your makeup.
Yeah.
You're lighter than me or you're darker than me, but that's okay. I can do your makeup.
Definitely.
So it's a lot of, explaining yourself, and I feel like I have to prove myself even more because I am a woman of color. But, on the flip side, there's a high demand for women of color right now. For a long time, black women specifically were not doing makeup. Like, we weren't in the industry at all. A lot of, celebrity makeup artists, they're not women of color. It's very difficult to get booked sometimes when you are a woman of color for larger gigs. But, it's different now. There's more opportunities out there, and right now I'm just flying on my wings.
Yeah. Who was your inspiration to do makeup, or what made you just wake up and just decide,
That's funny. Growing up, I used to watch America's Next Top Model.
Okay.
And, they would do all types of crazy makeup. And I would get in trouble. I would get a whooping because I'd go steal my mom's makeup and be like, okay, I would try to recreate the looks that they were doing. Of course, it didn't look as good, but that's kind of where it started, and my love for makeup grew a lot more from there.
Okay. What are some of your favorite brands that you like to use?
Oh, wow. My favorite brands, that's difficult. Basically anything in Sephora.
Okay.
A lot of girls, they're MAC girls. They love MAC. MAC is great. I love MAC, but I
do feel it's overpriced.
Do I feel it's overpriced? Yes. And I'll say because I find that my MAC products don't last me as long as some other high quality brands that you can find at Sephora.
Okay. And let's see. So if we use MAC, Sephora, those are pretty big brand names. What about e.l.f. on a smaller, more affordable scale? Could you achieve the same look, or would you be able to? I don't know much about makeup, so.
Yeah. You can definitely achieve high quality looks with cheaper grades of makeup. Sometimes it's not what you use, it's how you use it. So makeup is, all about the application. Sometimes the concealers that I use on my clients, they're like $5.
Yeah.
And they cover a lot better than, some more expensive brands. So I would say, just focusing on your application, making sure that you're blending properly would be more so how to perfect a look, not necessarily the amount of money that you spend.
And about how long does it take you just to beat your face or someone else's face? That's that's the right terminology, right?
Yes, that is. For a full face, I'm gonna say an hour, between an hour and 15 minutes, just because the setup. I'm prepping their skin, prepping their eyes, I'm doing lashes, all types of things. And then I can do things in like 30, 45 minutes. So it kind of depends on how dramatic their look is going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you see girls that have really huge eyebrows, or just the wrong color makeup, or they're not properly blended? with like their neck and the, you know, the rest of their body? That
It's almost offensive. It bothers me a lot because, you know, being any type of artist, you pay attention to details. Makeup artistry is definitely about the little details, and just a lot of times all they had to do was just spend an extra 5 minutes. You know, just blend it a little more, or it would have been right. It's a lack of, you know, effort.
Okay. So, how do you feel about, you know, guys when they say things like, you know, makeup is for women that just need it, you know, makeup, you know, women, you know, need it, that's for like ugly girls or something like that, you know. How does that make you feel as an artist, you know?
That's interesting. I was one of the only girls that was wearing a full face of makeup in high school. So I got a lot of that backlash, like, well, why do you wear makeup? You're wearing lipstick and you're 16. Like, yeah, well, this is what I like. It's art. It's not, you know, to impress a guy. Because I can care less. If you don't like me when my eyebrows are bushy and ugly, then you don't deserve me when they're tapered and nice and cleaned up. So
when I'm all contoured.
Yeah, it's not for the guys, so their opinion just kind of doesn't matter in my book.
Do you have anything that you want to mention, or anything that's up and coming, or that you just want to put out there?
Well, I am doing house calls right now. My book is open. I'm looking for new clients. I want to go ahead and invite you guys to check out my Instagram. I just started a new one. I got locked out of my old account. It's Makeup by Alexis Jade. That's ALEXISJADE. Thank you.
All right, you guys, you heard it here first. After LA Connect, check your girl out.